The one area as to which Bronny could easily be able to get 6 more points per game if he just added this shot into his bag is right here, right? Not these back doors, right? Because that's a good setup to get himself into this handoff. But when you get into these handoffs, he's got to make this read right here. Defender goes underneath. I hide right behind my teammate and I pull these. That's your shot right there and then. Because if you just hide behind the teammate, how is he supposed to get to you and go and contest? Not possible. And if he does go from the side, you barely see that hand. And so this is something as to which mentally, when you get into your workouts, you got to visualize, and then also you got to feel, because you got the coaches and the trainers, you could actually understand what it looks like. And so it's important that Bronny in this situation, when you get up into these handoffs, utilize your peripheral so that you could see if the defender releases from your body or if they stay tight. And if they stay tight, they decide to chase over, that's natural. You already know what to do at that point. But these unders, right? He doesn't know what to do in these situations. He doesn't use his peripheral, right? Because when the over is there, I can feel him. When they go under, that's something I got to see. And he doesn't understand I got to make this read when I see it instead of when I feel it. Bronny and Bron, his pops, got the same weird thing when it comes to shooting, is that they got this little lean back that they do, right? You're going to see it from Bronny right here, right? They'll shoot and they'll lean back a lot. I don't know, it's because that fast twitch that they got makes them use so much legs. Now they want to put less on the upper body. But understand, Bronny used more legs in that situation, and he hit the lean back, and he ended up missing this shot. Pay attention to where it missed. He missed it short. So by jumping higher and leaning back, you counteracted the force that you needed for your legs to get the ball to the rim with the movement that you had, right? And so he's got to do a better job of keeping that chest just a little more forward, right? Instead of counterbalancing that jump with that lean back and then taking it away and just leaving that shot right back short. Look at 29, right? He sends Bronny through to that right side because they're about to run some sort of play, run some sort of action, right? And Bronny's going to be the one who should be getting the ball. But the thing is, watch what happens. Bronny's not going to end up getting the ball because as a ball handler in that situation, you don't trust the angle to pass the ball to him. So just understand what Bronny did. What's going to stop Bronny from being able to get the ball, if he does even want to get the ball, I don't know, is the lack of physicality. So watch what he does on this possession. The entire time, he's just trying to shimmy, step, stunt, go high, go low. But not one time did he get into his defender so that he could be able to create space, establish a safe passing lane from the ball handler, and then he could be able to get his touch. So whether or not this would be fluff, as a habit in itself, if you're not over there trying to actually bump off, create some contact, and then be able to get yourself open, you're not going to get the ball as much as you want to get the ball. Remember those unders Bronny's been missing? His defender, the visual, like I said, the peripheral, right? He didn't realize it. Hide behind that screen. That should be a shot right there in itself, right? He missed that first one. Now he ends up throwing the ball down here to 14, and now 14 gives it back to him. You missed another one. It's another switch, right? On a switch or it's under. That's when you hide behind. That's when you hide behind. Or when they switch and they don't switch up, let me say. Correct myself. Right, when they don't switch up, right? When they switch back, that's when you got to hide behind that. And he missed 2 opportunities that has now brought him to the end of the shot clock, and now he's got to settle for this 3. And breaks it off the dribble. Much tougher than if he had the trigger to be able to realize, oh, they switched back or they went under, I shoot. Would be much easier of a shot. So anytime a defender guards you this tight, don't panic and put the ball down and try to get by him. Do this instead. Bronny ends up passing the ball. Watch what 39 does. He drops all the way back. Defenders who be putting that fake pressure on you only want to do it when they're on the ball, not when they're off the ball. That's when they begin to relax, which is why Steph and Clay be cooking motherfuckers off that same thing. And so now Bronny is able to get it back. He gets here, 39 behind the play. Bates pulls in to connect. He lifts. He gets that bucket, right? Don't panic when you see that pressure. Don't panic. You can literally just play off ball. You get into chase action, go throw it, boom, set a pin down, do something off the ball because that's the one they don't want to guard. You have this pick and roll that's going to happen where the roller is going to roll to the side of Bronny. And now this is going to force Amani Bates to now step in and tag. And so Bronny in the situation, if you want to get a shot up, you cannot do this. You can't. Because on Amani Bates' part, that's too easy to guard. Instead, what Bronny must do in the situation is understand Bates is tagging, he's stepping in, which means that if I want to be able to create space for my shot, I got to go away from where Bates is going instead of bringing the ball back. So when this pass gets to me, I go into the line of the pass and not move with the momentum of the pass and bringing it back exactly to where I was. Because a closeout going to here on the wing is completely different than a closeout going to right here, right? Completely different. And so that would be a shot for Bronny, especially moving up into that. Footwork will also be a little quicker. The time of the pass, the amount of time the ball is in the air is less. So you'll just have more time to be able to get that shot off. It will be an overall much better look. But nonetheless, he does end up getting here and getting fouled. You know what I'm saying? Might be a little soft to some, but you know, NBA gonna call it. But I probably wouldn't have blown my whistle. Pause on that. And now it's another very similar situation, right? Same concept. Because understand, you got Bronny cutting along this baseline. And so ball goes from this nail now to Bronny, who's now in this corner. But look at that room he has to his left side, right? Look at the room he has to his left side. He still has about 5 feet of room in this corner. About 5 feet of room. And now, if Bronny understands I have all this room in this corner, when I get this pass from my defender who's closing out from the block, they're going to close out to where they thought I am instead of where I'm going to end up going to. And these are the spots as to which Clay and Steph are able to cook people off of and get open looks, despite the fact they're still trying to close out hard. Is that when they get this catch, they allow their footwork to guide them into more space instead of being stagnant and stuck in one spot and catching and shooting exactly where they are. So in this situation, Bronny's got to use this room that he's got here in the corner to get himself a better look right here. Got to use that room. So you got Bronny over here on the shakeup, right? And now if Bronny was just able to read his closeout, you could get that shot off all day. All day, right? You just got to make sure you get your feet set in a timely manner. But he passes it up and it ends up getting called for a travel. But good thing, though, Bronny didn't allow the past play to affect his present play. And he used that to reinforce what he should do instead of always harping on what he should not do. So this next time down, Bronny, live dribble, pick and roll. Amani Bates on the ice, right? Amani Bates on the ice. So you got space to his left side, boom, fake that behind the back. Amani Bates is now squared up, no longer icing. So now this screen going to the middle could work. And now Bronny gets right here into that mid-range where you see him get into that little pull-up oftentimes. But with the plug right there from Couture, now Bronny can't get into that pull-up, brings the ball back, Bates falls underneath that screen, he pulls that from the top, and now boom, he gets another 3. Bronny is building his confidence game by game, and if y'all understood how many games he's done missed in the past year or so, it would make sense as to why he's been having a slow start right now. So as games continue to get played, as he gets more experience and more runs and more bump, just know he's going to get better as a player because all the talent we know he has is going to begin to come to light, especially by being in a good environment.